Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Any Old Thing. Today we're going to do a quick recipe, but it's something that's got to simmer for about 6 hours. I'm going to do my mom's famous spaghetti.
Mine. Any old thing to get to you. Any old thing will do. Any old thing will do. To get to you. Any old thing will do.
So basically what I've got is 1 green pepper chopped up, 1 onion chopped up, about 3 pounds of very lean ground beef, 3 tablespoons of parsley, about a half a teaspoon of oregano, if you can imagine, that's all that's in there, 4 or 5 bay leaves, salt and pepper. Sugar is going to be at the end if it's a little bit too tomatoey. I like mine, pretty tomatoey. I like mine with that tang. Now, over here, we're going to do 2 large cans of diced, 6 large cans of sauce. Hunt's is my favorite, 100% natural. And then we're going to do 4 or 5 cans of 12-ounce tomato paste. And that kind of helps sweeten it up a little bit as well. So anyway, I'm going to throw all this in here. Got the pot going on about a medium heat. I always like to go in with my onions and green peppers first, with the meat on top, with the idea that these things will get a little bit translucent. And kind of cook up into the meat. So I'm just dropping this in here. Now this is a huge pot, and I tend to like to make it big. What Julie and I will do, we'll freeze up, maybe 2 portions, have that frozen, kind of potted up like that. And you come home at night, all you got to do is pull out one, make a salad, you got a great meal. So I got the meat almost all the way cooked through, not fully, and this is extremely lean, so there's hardly any fat in here at the bottom. I like to go ahead and get the spices in here, in the meat, so it can cook into it. So there I just put some pepper in there. Again, the salt and pepper thing is completely up to you as to how much you want to put in. There's not a lot of spices in this dish, so it's really all about the meat and the tomatoes. So I did the parsley, the oregano. I'll leave the bay leaves for last. I'll leave the sugar for last. Alright guys, we got this meat all drained. Looks good, smells good, tastes good. Again, like I said, it's pretty amazing that that's all she puts in there. But going in with the diced tomatoes first. I like getting that, getting the tomatoes cooked in there with that before we put the sauce in. Stir that around, get it heated up pretty good. So very tomatoey sauce. Some people add cinnamon, some people add quite a few other things, but I like mine basic like this. Alright guys, I got this thing boiled up pretty good. Let these tomatoes cook in there for a good little bit. I mean, there's no really main time limit or anything like that on it. Then I come in with the tomato sauce. So I got the 6 cans of tomato sauce in there, and it's pretty thin. Now, I try to stir from the bottom, get everything from the bottom of this thing coming up, sort of an emotion, kind of this kind of emotion at the bottom of this thing. You get that stuff churning up so you can get all your meat, all your stuff stirred up in there. Now what's going to thicken this up is the tomato paste. Now I took the tomato paste out of the cans already while I was sitting there waiting, namely because it's a pain in the ass to get them out of the cans, but otherwise you want to get your tomato paste in there, get you some of it, and you got to stir it around because it sticks to it pretty good. It sticks to whatever spoon you have. I'm going to use this for just a second, which was my spatula. I'll set it down, and then I'm going to start with just going in, grabbing with my spoon. The tomato paste is pretty key. The first time I made this, I used those little tiny ones because I thought my mom's crazy to want to put 4 or 5 12-ounce cans in there. So I thought, no way. Well, it wasn't the same. It wasn't even anywhere close to the same. So I had a whole pot of spaghetti that I really didn't like. So don't leave the tomato paste out, and make sure you do the 12-ounce cans. Now if you want to come over here and look, you can already see how much thicker this is getting. A whole lot thicker than it was. Really thickens it up nice, good red, good color. It's almost hard to stir right now. So anyway guys, we're pretty much done with this. Bay leaves are going in. I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. Stir it constantly. Make sure you don't burn the bottom of this thing. Make sure you keep it going good and stirred. Probably every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, come in here. Keep an eye on it. Get it up to temperature. Taste it. Add a little sugar if needed. Otherwise, you're done. Let this thing cook. Then I set it in the refrigerator overnight. Then tomorrow, I will bag it up and mark it, bag it up, stick it in the freezer, and we do, you know, like I said, if it's 2 of you, just do 2, you know, servings for 2, whatever you like in sauce.